Today we will discuss applications of Bernoulli's theorem. Application 1, speed of efflux. The word efflux means fluid outflow. So the flow of liquid out of a container, that's what we mean by efflux. So the speed with which a liquid is flowing out of a container, that's what we mean by speed of efflux. So to derive the expression, let us consider a tank containing a liquid of density rho with a small hole in its side at a height y1 from the bottom, and the air above the liquid whose surface is at height y2 is at a pressure P. So this is what is given. We have a tank and at a height y1 from the bottom of the tank we have a small hole, and the top surface of the liquid in the tank, it is at a height y2 from the bottom. Now the pressure at the top or at the surface 2, it is P, and at the opening or at the hole the pressure, it is equal to the atmospheric pressure. And here we take y2 minus y1, that means the distance of the hole from the top surface in the tank, that distance we take as h. Now at the two sides, that means at one, the small hole, there the area is a1, and at the surface a2, the area is a2. Now what we need to find is speed of efflux. So we assume that speed to be v1. So at the surface 1 or at a1, the speed with which the liquid is coming out of the hole, it is v1, and it is that v1 which we need to find. Now if we assume v2 to be the speed with which the surface of water is coming down, so when liquid flows out through the hole, the level of liquid, it will be decreasing at the top. So that speed with which the level of water or level of liquid, it decreases, that speed we assume it to be v2. So we know from the equation of continuity, v1a1 will be equal to v2a2, and v2 will be equal to a1 by a2 into v1. Now here a2, you know, area, cross-sectional area of the tank, it is much larger than that of the hole. So in that condition, since a2 is very big, v2 will be approximately 0. v2 will be very small, so that we can neglect it. So we take v2 to be equal to 0. Now P1, that means at the hole, the outside pressure, it is atmospheric pressure, and at the top we took the pressure to be P. Now using all these things in Bernoulli's theorem, Bernoulli's equation, we are substituting all these things. V2 equal to 0, P2 to be P, and P1 to be PA. So we have this expression PA plus rho g y1 plus half rho v1 square equal to P plus rho g h2. Now rearranging the equation, half rho v1 square equal to P minus PA plus rho g into y2 minus y1. Now y2 minus y1, we are substituting h. So we have the equation for v1 as root of 2 by rho into P minus PA plus 2gh. So this is the expression for speed of efflux in the case of a tank containing liquid. Now here we have two special cases. First one, in the case of rocket propulsion. There the inside pressure, the pressure inside the rocket will be very much larger than the atmospheric pressure. So in that case, that 2gh term can be neglected because P minus PA will be very high, so that 2gh term can be neglected. So the expression for speed of efflux, it becomes root of 2 by rho into P minus PA. So in the case of rocket propulsion, the speed of efflux is 2 by rho into root of 2 by rho into P minus PA. That means the speed of efflux is determined by the container pressure. The second case is that of open tank. In the case of open tank, we know P will be equal to PA. So P minus PA becomes 0. So V1 is equal to root 2 GH. And this equation is called as Torricelli's law. So Torricelli's law states that the speed of efflux from an open tank is equal to the speed of a freely falling body. So root 2 GH is the speed with which a body falls freely. That means under the influence of gravity alone. So V1 equal to root 2 GH, that is called as Torricelli's law. So that is about the speed of efflux, which was the first application of Bernoulli's equation. Now we move on to second application, which is Venturi meter. Venturi meter is a device which is used to determine the flow rate of a liquid. Flow rate means the speed, flow rate is AV, or we can simply find the speed of flow of a liquid. That for that purpose only we use Venturi meter. So Venturi meter, it consists of a U-tube and it has a container or a flowing part or a tube through which the liquid is flowing, and the tube has variable cross section actually. So at the broad end, its area is capital letter A and it has a constriction. At the constriction, its area is small letter a. That U-tube manometer, it consists of a liquid whose density we assume to be rho m. So rho m is the density of the liquid in the U-tube manometer. Now from the equation of continuity, we can write the expression for velocity at the constriction or the speed of flow of the liquid at the constriction as V2 equal to A V1 by small letter a. Now we can use Bernoulli's equation and we can note that both the ends or both the areas, the broad end and the constricted part, both of them are in the same horizontal level. So we can use the special case, that means P plus half rho V square equal to constant, because there is no change in height, no much change in height. So that form of Bernoulli's equation we are using, P plus half rho V square equal to constant. So we have P1 plus half rho V1 square equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square. In that equation, we substitute for V2. V2 is A by A into V1. So we have P2 plus half rho V1 square into A by A whole square. Now rearranging the equation, we have P1 minus P2 equal to half rho V1 square into A by A square minus 1. So our aim is to find V1. Now here we have the expression for P1 minus P2. We know what is P1 minus P2, difference in pressure between the two areas. That means at area capital letter A, pressure is A1, and at area small letter a, the pressure is P2. So P1 minus P2 corresponds to the pressure difference, and that difference in pressure is shown by the level of liquid in the manometer. So U-tube manometer shows the pressure difference. Let that difference in pressure between the two sides of the U-tube, let it be H. P1 minus P2 becomes rho m into GH, where rho m is the density of the liquid in the manometer. So we have rho m GH equal to half rho V1 square into A by A's whole square minus 1. Now rearranging the equation to get V1, we have root of 2 rho m GH by rho into within square root symbol, it comes in the denominator. So we are taking into the numerator. So it becomes that this particular term into a by a square minus 1 whole raised to minus 1 by 2. So here a point is to be noted. Rho m stands for density of the liquid in the manometer, and rho stands for the density of the liquid which is flowing through the venturimeter. That means the density of the liquid whose rate speed we need, or the flow speed we need to find. So this is the equation which we use in venturimeter. So venturimeter, it works on the principle of Bernoulli's principle. Now this venturimeter principle itself, we have some application. Carburetor which we use in automobile is an example. So that carburetor has a venturi channel, we say, nozzle, through which air flows with large speed. So we have already discussed a situation where the speed is very high, the pressure will be less, because at constant height we discussed P plus half rho V square equal to constant. So when the speed of flow is more, there the pressure will be low. So that is what is applied here. So the pressure is then lowered at the narrow neck. So when the air flows with a large speed, the pressure gets lowered. So at the narrow neck, the pressure is lowered. So where the pressure is lowered, the gasoline, that means the mixture, petrol and air, that petrol is sucked in the chamber to provide the correct mixture of air to fuel necessary for combustion. So that petrol is or it is sucked in through this action. That means whenever pressure decreases to that region, this petrol will rise through the pipe. The same action we have in sprayers. The sprayer we use, there also we have the same principle. So filter pumps or aspirators, Bunsen burner which we use in chemistry lab, atomizer, sprayers which we use for perfumes, or which we use to spray insecticides, even to spray water we use nowadays. So all the spray gun, all these devices, they work on this principle. So this picture shows the diagram of a sprayer. So when the air when the air rushes fast, where the speed of air is more, there the pressure will be less. So to that region the liquid rises, and again when we use or when we apply the piston, that liquid will get what in the form of small droplets. That is what is happening. So this Bernoulli's principle is being applied in all the sprayers, atomizers, etc. Now we have application 3, that is blood flow and heart attack. So in arteries and all, the plaque will get deposited on the sides, on the walls of the arteries, through because of which the opening the opening of the artery gets decreased, or area of cross section of the artery gets decreased. So with the deposition of this plaque, actually the constrictions are formed. So when the blood pass through such constrictions, their velocity will be less, because area, not velocity will be less, velocity will be more, because AV will be a constant. So when blood passes through arteries, if the plaque get deposited on the walls of the artery, constrictions will be formed. So constrictions are the regions where the area of cross section is less. So at the constrictions, the speed of flow of the blood, it will be more, as per equation of continuity, AV equal to constant. So when area of cross section decreases, the speed will be more. So when the blood passes with a very high speed inside the artery, the blood pressure decreases. That is as per Bernoulli's principle. As per Bernoulli's principle, if the pressure is more, or if the velocity is more, the pressure will be less. So inside the artery, pressure will be less compared to the pressure outside. So because of this pressure difference, this artery gets compressed because outer pressure is more. Because of that, again this artery gets compressed. As the artery gets compressed again by the increased outside pressure, the heart exerts further pressure to open this artery and forces the blood through. As the blood rushes through the opening, the internal pressure once again drops due to the same reasons, leading to repeat collapse. So repeatedly, heart has to pump or do extra effort to pump this blood through this constricted artery. So this result in heart attack. That's what we say as cardiac arrest. So plaque, deposition of plaque on the walls of arteries is the main reason for this heart attack, or what we say as cardiac arrest, which we can explain with the help of Bernoulli's principle.